Well, I don't know if you can hear me yet. Okay, no, but thank you all. This has just have been a wonderful, it's not on. So it's been a wonderful evening. It's okay. It's been a wonderful evening. I just want to thank everybody. I know everyone's going to be giving a little bit of speech, but thank you all for joining us. And I thank everybody for coming tonight. And I just wanted everybody to know that, I fell in love with two women in my life. And as everybody knows, the first woman was Marie. I think you can all understand why, because she says we both hosted this, but she put this evening together. And without her, this evening wouldn't be terrific. But then John Paul brought the second love in my life, and that's Jordan. The first... You know how much we love you. And we love you for the very moment that we saw you. Jay and I just fell in love with you instantly. And I remember that night, and I'll remember that night for always. We were so nervous, and the waiter said, I said to them, we're going to meet my son's future wife. We're going to meet my son's new girlfriend. And I said, I'm so nervous. And he said, they're more nervous than you. But we were not nervous. In 2 seconds, we were not nervous. We love you very much. All right, that's it. Everybody else enjoy the rest of the speeches. All right.
It's funny. Me and JP joke a lot because, when you're in your 30s, you don't really get the chance to meet, lifelong friends, like best friends, like good friends. And so, when I moved up to New York with my cousin, we both had this mutual friend, Chris, who's actually the best man, who couldn't be here tonight. And Chris introduced me to JP and Jordan. And JP and Jordan were kind enough to introduce me to almost everybody in this entire room. There's a couple of people that I haven't met yet, but come up to me, I don't bite. I'd love to meet you. And I think there was a couple of years there where, every weekend we'd go out, or every other weekend he'd invite me to some other thing or to meet some other group of friends. And I gotta say, moving to a new city was scary for me, but they took me in. They treat me like family. They introduced me to everybody in their entire lives, I'm so blessed because, moving to a big city, having no friends, without these guys, I don't know what I would have done. I wouldn't have had nobody to talk to or text or annoy on a daily. We do. We annoy the shit out of Jordan on a Sunday night. We'll just be sitting on the couch telling fart jokes, and I know Jordan's probably like, oh my God, these men. These men. But I got.
Tell one.
We'll tell you chili wedding right after this.
Chili wedding.
No, but one thing that I wanted to mention about the time, getting to know them and meeting everybody. It's like, I don't know, I guess when I was in my early 20s, I always thought oh man, high school was so awesome. And then my late 20s, it was like, oh man, when I was 21, life was so awesome. And I look forward to the day where I'm like, I'm going to remember this time and everything you guys have done and say, no, this was one of the best times of my life. So I want to cheers to you guys. I want to congratulate you. You guys are the perfect couple, very good friends, and I love you guys.
Okay. So first, on behalf of the New York bridesmaids, we would like to thank JP for bringing Jordan to New York, because without JP, we would never have met her. And we would like to thank Jordan for inviting us to share in this very special occasion. Unfortunately, Matt basically said what I wanted to say. I met Jordan just a couple years ago, and I didn't realize that you could make friends when you were in your 20s who you would kind of maybe not replace the friends that you had as a child, but your 20s are when you're figuring stuff out and figuring out who you want to be and what you want to do. And Jordan and I really bonded at that time in both of our lives, and I know that we will stay friends for a very long time. And Jordan, I've never had a friend like you. I'm wearing cowboy boots. I'm in Texas. I drink Shiner now. And I've only ever known JP and Jordan as a couple. So I just feel like they've been together forever and they should be together forever. And that's just how it is. And that is wonderful. So cheers to them.
Everybody might hear B for a minute, because I've known John Paul for a long time, so my speech might take a little bit longer. That's okay. All right, first I want to start off with just acknowledging everybody here, and just it's been an honor and privilege to stand here before not only John Paul and Jordan, but everybody, family and friends, everybody here. When JP asked me to say a speech, it was a privilege, So first and foremost, that I want to say that. Second of all, I want to say about how long I've known John Paul. I've known him since middle school, probably.
14.
14 years old. I'm 33 now. It's been a long time. We also, went to middle school, high school. He even actually picked up me and my brother every morning.
That's a long haul.
A long haul, Once Montgomery County Schools stopped their funding, for public buses, John Paul was picking us up. So give him a clap for that at least, Yeah. And I'm definitely not done yet. This is gonna take a minute, So besides that, he's always been there for me, but we both went to Towson together as well. And during Towson, I did live with him for about 4 years on and off.
On the couch.
On the couch for like a couple of years, and we were living together at Kenilworth for a couple of years.
Kenilworth, Grundy.
And then I had a friend that I came back from Greece one summer, and I was living with a friend Charles, but I couldn't live with him because he was very anal about stuff, So I was like, JP, I'm living with you, so I moved with him right to Canton, Baltimore, which Grundy Street, where a lot of things began, but I've, like I said, I've lived with JP all my life on the sofas, wherever, everywhere JP went, I went, so that's how it was in Towson. So if I was on a sofa, I was very content, It was a blessing in disguise, actually, leaving my friend and living with JP, because, I had other friends here, like Nick right here, that I met, and a bunch of other people that were not here that couldn't make it to the wedding. But we call it the Grundy House, the GFL, is that?
Grundy.
And that name still lives on till this day. We have a fantasy football league. Only a select few people can be allowed in this league, So it's a very important league, So if you're not special, you can't be in it, So that's a little bit about our life in Towson. But what I've done with this man, we've been to so many concerts, vacations, you name it, road trips. We've done it all. Since our teens, we've done it all. There's nothing I've done without this man right here, A couple of things. Maybe a couple of things. And I've actually wanted to, to be honest with you, I wanted to do this best man speech tomorrow at the wedding, but I can't get priority over Chris Russo, his brother, So I'm fine with being third in line. Now, as far as what I've done for JP throughout the years, wow. What haven't I done with you?
What have you done?
As everyone knows here, he's a little bit of hairy man, A little bit hairy man. So I was a man who he always called upon to shave his neckline, to make his neckline, which I've done a pretty good job throughout the year.
You're awesome.
Done a great job.
Everybody needs it.
Actually, to tell you the truth, Chris Russo, where you at, Chris Russo? There he is. I gave him a haircut about a month ago. So what you see there is my work. So I'm good with hair. So I mean, I won't. Women's hair, I can't do women's hair, but a man's hair, just let me know. I mean, I won't charge you anything. It's just, personal. I cut my own hair, It took me many years to perfect that, but I mean, after a while, done a good job. So I try to do what I can for my boys, Chris, JP. I've always been all on point about your necklines, and just making sure your neckline is perfectly even, So that's what I mean. But besides that, we've done a lot of things. So basically, John Paul has been there whenever I needed him, and to me, the definition of a good friend, it goes beyond that. I mean, he's been a great friend because whenever I needed him, he's been there for me. So to me, it goes beyond being a good friend, but a great friend. So that's what he's been to me. And this man would take a bullet for me. So if there's anyone who has a gun here, please pull it out.
You're in Texas, no man.
Yeah, we're in Texas, right? Yeah.
We're all packing.
I couldn't carry
Texas.
I couldn't carry my gun here, but I mean, but in Texas, I'm sure someone here has a gun. If you guys want to prove this theory, then wouldn't be a leg shot before the wedding or something, just to prove that point. And what can I say about the Russo family? I mean, Marie, where are you? She's always been a second mom to me, So the time I've known her, she's always been a second mom to me. So, and Bob Russo has always been a second dad. I've always had a lot of brothers. JP is my fourth brother, and Chris Russo is my fifth brother. So what can I say except I love the Russos. I love them to death, So if I wasn't, if I didn't have my last name, I would adopt the Russo last name. So this is long. This is number 2. So.
Out of 10.
Yeah. Okay, so as for what John Paul and Jordan mean to me. A week ago, I shaved. I had 11 months beard, believe it or not. Chris has seen it. A lot of people have seen it. I had 11 months beard. A lot of people saw it. Huge beard. I grew it just to say I've been there and done that. And it's a bucket list. I have a bucket list of a lot of things. So. And I wanted to grow for like beyond a year, but when this wedding happened, I'm like, oh my God, I gotta shave my beard. So
That was really my mom saying that.
yeah.
It was scary. You scared me.
If it wasn't for Maria, my head would be part of the dinner platter right there, and be part of your main entrees, tonight. But I would shave for the proper occasion. I only shave for women in weddings, by the way. And the only wedding I would shave for is John Paul's wedding, If it was anybody else's wedding, I would consider it, But so I did love my beard, I loved my beard.
Tell us more about the beard.
How much did you love the beard?
Well, I'll say something about the beard, I mean. Everybody loved the beard, right? See, JP wanted me to have my beard and Marie was like, but Marie is greater than John Paul, so I had to go with Marie, so that's what basically happened. Am I still mic'd up? Anyway. So for the past 11 months, having this beard, my dating life went like way downhill, I would go around and ask pretty women for their numbers and they'd give me their loose change, thinking I'm homeless, so didn't really do me justice, but it was fun having it, but the reason why I shaved it was because they mean that much to me, that's the point I'm trying to make, they mean that much to me. The beard meant a lot to me, but they mean a lot more. They mean a lot more, and Marie means a lot more than everything, so. No. We're not even halfway done yet. We're not even halfway done yet. You done right now? You want me to continue or what? I mean, I have a lot more to say. You want me to continue or am I done? I'm not going to leave before I have to say what I have to say, so you guys might be here for a minute. All right, so I'll try to say this quick, I mean, I got a lot of, since everyone wants me to get done quick, I'll try to say this as quick as I can, although I don't want to. All right, this is very embarrassing. I'll say it anyway, because this is what it is, I mean, throughout my life, I've always been a guy who people, they called, Lord of the Dudes, King of the Dudes, whatever they called me,
Dangerous man.
Dangerous man. That's just a little joke. But anyway, I've always been, I've always tried to surround myself with good people, people that have good auras, people that have, just good people. I've always tried to surround myself with good friends in my life, Women, it's always hard for me to read a good woman, but a good man, I can see him a mile away, but that's a good guy, and I would say one word to him, and I could read a good guy when I see one. So women on the other hand, I don't know. I mean, I need help with women, but anyway.
Tell us how much you love us.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you how much I love John Paul. So, John Paul, when I met him back in when I was 15 years old, I knew right away about his aura, about his. I call it, as the Lord of the Dudes or King of the Dudes, whatever you want to call him, I have some friends, I have acquaintances, I have a couple best friends, but John Paul's definitely above and beyond. I consider him my number one friend out of all the guys I know, so that. More than my beard, more than anything. I mean, out of all the acquaintances I know, as Lord of the men, Lord of the Dudes, whatever you want to call me, I mean, I just, I don't want to be like, with the men in my life, the friends in my life, I put them in chronological order, and John Paul has the number one spot. He's always had the number one spot. What I call these men are glowing men, So I met John Paul back when I was 15. That's a glowing man right there. I gotta be friends with him, There's a lot of glowing. I'm looking at the crowd right now. There's a lot of glowing men here. Bob, where's Bob Russo at? Bob Russo? Stand up, glowing man. Rob Nielsen, where are you at, Rob? Glowing man right there. Richard, where's Richard at?
Right behind you, man.
Another glowing man.
He's fluorescent.
If you're a glowing man, please pull me aside after this speech and let me talk to me, and we'll talk about business, But I've always tried to surround myself with positive people, good people, people that have good auras, And John Paul Russo is number one. I have a lot more to say, but it seems like I'm running out of time. One more thing. He wants this.
Think about stunning. Think about.
Oh, wait, before he goes into all these details. He can't read a lot of these things, but back when we were roommates, I lived with him everywhere. I mean, you can just sing, but the sing, I don't like holding this thing in my hand, but we had a move-making calendar. You know, we used to I basically brought a calendar to our house at the time, and we nominated a move-making calendar. So what happened was, talking about making moves, exactly. Every day we'd wake up, you know, we'd write things that we'd want to do that day, make moves, you know, on women at the bars, whatever. But at the end of the night, you know, we'd all be sitting down at the same house, me, Nick, or whatever. Nothing happened, and I'm gonna share with you exactly what happened those nights, you know. No. A couple. No, I cannot read. Only one or two things I was gonna share. One more minute. All right. I cannot read 90% of these things, you know. Only John Paul can read these, you know.
I'm reading them.
He's reading them.
We gotta do it. We gotta wrap it up, man.
We gotta wrap it up. Ask him about the move-making calendar later.
Thank you, Jason. I love you, bro.
I love you. And since I have to, wait. I got one more minute. No.
We gotta just.
Okay. All right. So anyway, this is my boy. So I was gonna, you know, I want to do a 30-minute speech, you know, but I gotta condense everything, whatever, you know. But this is my boy, John Paul Russo. You know,
Yes.
glowing man, move maker, and my
right.
boy John Paul Russo,
That's right.
and his beautiful bride to be Jordan Forrest. So,
All right. Thank you.
if I had more time.
Okay, so that's a really tough act to follow, but I'm going to try. So, my sweet Jordan Ashley, where does the time go? It seems like just yesterday that you were 4 years old pretending to be an elephant that only ate peanut butter and jelly sandwiches because, and I quote, elephants only eat peanuts. And now here we are the day before your wedding, and you're more beautiful and accomplished than ever. I think I can speak for the entire family when I say that when we first learned about JP, we were a little concerned. He was described to us by our sweet Jordan from Houston as this amazing guy I met on the internet, and he lives in the Bronx. Translation to us, this sounds a lot like an episode of Law and Order. And then we met JP, and he out-ate and out-drank us all at Chewy's, and it was one Elvis Presley special, and he fit right into the family. I think I can again speak for everyone when I say that there was something so genuine, so charming, and so special about JP that those concerns we had quickly turned into adoration and love. We couldn't imagine seeing her without him, and I knew immediately that Jordan had found her soulmate. JP was indeed the peanut butter to her jelly. JP, I have to let you in on a little family secret. I think we can lastly say that you actually became part of our family 1 year ago from tomorrow, ironically, when you flew down from New York and served as a pallbearer to help lay our sweet Grampy to rest. A job not easily done or quickly forgotten. The day that Jordan called to tell me that JP had asked her to be his wife, I cried tears of excitement and joy. As an only child, Jordan and Brooke are the closest people to sisters that I will ever have. I love them both more than they will ever know, and I am honored to be a part of your day tomorrow. Jordan, I'm so proud of your choice in a husband and a life partner. Jordan and JP, you two were always meant to be. You defied the odds, embraced the adventures, and now I wish you both a lifetime of love, happiness, and laughter. Congratulations. I love you.
That was so sweet. Oh my God.
I love you.
I love you. I love you.
Oh my God.
I love you so much. Thank you. Here, you can keep that.
One more. This is Jason.
Bump me up.
Jason Wino Weinstein. We only call him Wino because his name is Weinstein, not because he drinks like a fish.
All right, so good news is that my speech is relatively short. I never had a beard, so I don't have much to talk about. No, I try. I can't grow facial hair. It's pathetic. But anyway, so yeah, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Jason Weinstein. Yep, just another handsome Italian face in the crowd, like many of you here tonight. No, seriously, my last name was Weinsteino. But at Ellis Island, they dropped the O, and now I'm whatever, anyway. I first met JP about 9 years ago at a complete hellhole known as USP. So to give you an idea of how bad this place was, one of the top sales guys there closed this huge deal and decided he was going to order in pizza for the whole office. And he then got sent home and suspended for a week. So that's the kind of, you're not allowed to have pizza parties at USP. So that's the kind of place this was. So we started at the same time. We were in the same training class. And
I didn't like you very much back then.
Oh, it's part of the speech. So my first impression of JP was like, this kid's kind of quiet, shy, and he's kind of weird. And his first impression of me was, this kid's kind of loud, obnoxious, and kind of a jerk. So needless to say, neither of us had any clue about the wild ride that was ahead of us. So there's something about working a terrible job with a terrible boss that kind of brings you really close together. It's kind of like pledging a fraternity, right? You kind of go through a bunch of crap and it makes you close. So it's no surprise, once we started hanging out a little bit, we became very close in a very short amount of time. Now, speaking about short, it also helped that we both had a mutual friend at PSP. Keith, stand up on your tippy toes so everyone can see you. Come on. Yeah. So anyway, I shout out Keith. It's true, but he's still very short. I can lose the weight, but you're never getting taller, buddy. So, no, but the real reason I shouted out Keith is that the truth is, if it wasn't for him, I don't know if I'd be here. I don't know if we'd be as close as we are. So, it's definitely pretty awesome. I don't know if we would have shared in some of the adventures that we've had. Over the last 9 years, we've accumulated a lot of inside jokes, enough to fill a novel. We can sit down for hours, reminiscing, laughing like a couple of schoolgirls. I'm not going to bore you with a bunch of stories, but a couple quick highlights. So we have jumped out of a perfectly good airplane more than once. We have partied in Amsterdam more than once, which is weird because he's never been into like smoking pot or strip clubs or any of that sort of stuff. He's like an angel right here on earth. Look at that handsome face. Look at it. As many of you know, JP will be the first to tell you just how handsome he is. Now, personally, I've never introduced JP to anyone as my handsome friend, but I have introduced him to people as my sensitive friend. Yeah. For those of you who don't know JP that well, he's very, very sensitive. So it'd be fun. I would introduce him, this is my sensitive friend JP, and he'd go, what the hell, man? Why'd you do that? Why'd you say that? I'm not sensitive, you're a jerk. And I'd look at the person and be like, you see what I'm talking about? So this happened for years. It drove him crazy. And then he finally realized that arguing is just going to make it worse. And now he just kind of accepts it, and it's good. Another thing about JP that some of you may not know, he's always was prone to making some questionable decisions. Like the time when you were traveling for work, and you had to rent a car, and you were like, I don't need insurance. Now, I'm not going to really get into the whole story, but I'll give you a hint. It involves a wall, a checkbook, and a lot of I told you so's and verbal abuse from yours truly. Now, he followed that up by deciding, it would be a really good idea. I should get a motorcycle, because that's a safe way to get around New York City. Totally. Luckily for everyone here, he never actually followed through on that one. Have you ever seen his tattoos? The one on his chest? Talk about questionable decisions. But anyway, I bring this up because hopefully you guys can understand my reaction when he first told me about Jordan. We were hanging out at Keith's apartment, and JP's like, yo, Wino, I met this girl. I really like her. So awesome, dude. Tell me about her. Well, she's 22. She lives in Texas. Now, some of you look a little confused. If you're doing the math in your head, most women lie to make themselves sound younger. Jordan's not most women. But, so I asked JP, I said, how did you happen to meet this young woman from Texas? And he explains that they met on Twitter. And before I could even finish rolling my eyes, he looked at me real serious, and he was just like, I'm telling you, man, this girl's awesome. So I paused for a second. I did some analysis in my head. And I thought to myself, you know what? No, this is going nowhere. So I shrugged my shoulders. I said, you win some, you lose some. Gave him a little pat, and I went to the kitchen and got myself a drink. Now, the thing is, how was I supposed to know? How should I know that this time there was absolutely nothing questionable about his decision at all? So JP knew. He knew that there was something there. He couldn't care less about what his asshole friend thought about it. And he just decided that he was going to pursue this and kind of, see how things play out. I think everyone in this room can agree it's the best decision he's ever made in his life. So my wife, Jackie, and I, we always had the greatest time hanging out with you guys. You know, Jordan always just has like a smile on her face. She's smart and beautiful and all that good stuff. But what I really like about Jordan is that she just has like this really positive energy, and I don't know, I think it's really cool. So everyone, real quick, if you want to just grab a drink real quick. I think this is mine. All right, one more. I press second to last one. So I think I can speak for everyone in the room when I say that, you know, we're all really happy that somehow you guys managed to find each other. You know, your journey together is nothing short of inspirational. I have no doubt that you'll continue to be an inspiration to everyone who's fortunate enough to have you in their lives. Now, can I get a salute?